Taken from a report dated 14th of March 2019 to the Black Lake Homicide Chief, our investigation efforts have made it clear that the 4 mutilated bodies discovered last night in the cellar of one of the buildings belonged to unemployed vagrants. This means that our original theory about a gang war has not been borne out. We are no longer questioning gang members. Taken from a report dated 17th of March 2019 to the Black Lake prosecutor. Identification of the remains discovered in the city park is still not complete. From a letter dated 19th of March 2019 from the Black Lake Chief Prosecutor to the Investigations Department. In connection with the recent discovery of 3 more bodies in different parts of the city, I'm suggesting that we link them with the previous murders and start thinking in terms of a serial killer. I strongly advise that we refrain from commenting to the press. Taken from a secret report dated 4th of April 2019 by an employee of the Federal Security Service. The elusive killer's body count has reached 78. Residents of Black Lake are fleeing the town en masse. The investigation has reached a dead end. This calls for extraordinary measures. Taken from newspaper headlines from the year 2019. Troops cordon off town. State of emergency declared in Black Lake. People evacuated to special quarantine centers. Killings continue.
I got out of this bag, but how did I ever get in there? Doesn't look like the local patients were short of shots. That means the pathologist was saving himself. But from what? Or who, even? And judging from the needle, he was way too nervous during the last injection. First of all, it's a worthless piece of shit. And secondly, I've been scared of needles since I was a kid. I'm not sure it's heroin. Otherwise, I'd shoot it up. Maybe then I wouldn't feel so fucking bad. The local pathologist must have had plenty of leisure time if he could spend it on these amateur experiments. I hope he didn't discover some nasty secret that I'm going to come crashing into soon. I can't see shit. You probably have to switch something on. I'll take it and do some research in my free time. Wouldn't it have been simpler to hang up a no smoking sign? If the cleaning lady finds me here, I'm toast. I'm gonna take this big piece. It may come in handy. They must use it to dismember burnt stiffs. Now the hatchet's been dug up. Great tits! Needed some silicone, though. This refrigerator kept her in a great state of preservation. You'd think she was Sleeping Beauty, if her mouth weren't sewn shut. I've heard your fingernails keep growing after you die, but there isn't anyone to paint them for. Just what I thought. A little early for a natural death. She must have oversalted her husband's soup. Now just as a wrist expander. What if I get a wife? She might not let me in the house with this. Fine, but just in the forehead. Just come back to life for half an hour. And you know, she's very young. I guess the chain was a little too tight. I guess the chain was a little too tight. An aerial tattoo. In the obit under cause of death, it's gonna say leather pants. Not my style, to put it mildly. Can't get a pulse. Did you pray that night, Desdemona? Did you pray that night, Desdemona? There's some dude in the bag. Obviously, turning the head around didn't do him much good. Still, they have a decent pathologist working here. Or could he just not get it off? The sutures could come apart, and they won't heal up later. An axe doesn't chop a head off twice. Any chance I'm a woodcutter? You can't get it off. The miser skimped on the size. Still, they have a decent pathologist working here. Or I must have been a butcher in a past life. Some doc with medical training could use this device to diagnose all sorts of diseases in a rich patient's blood. The rest of the idiots use it to hammer nails. I like stuff like this. Simplicity and universality. The shard's got very sharp edges. That probably wasn't quite ethical of me, but on the other hand, how have other people treated me? There's some kind of hospital worker bagged up here. The electricity should be coming through this cable. They got lost somewhere on the way. Hey, it's cold in here. The refrigerator is doing its job. A couple of blows and we'll have that cable cut right to the core. Looks like I'm one tough guy. Must have been a walrus once. No juice. Someone wrecked it. Dimwits. That doesn't fit here. Now all the insulation's off the wire ends. Label on container. Left ventricle defect. Looks like they snatched the stomach already. I wonder whether this brain's donor regrets his action now. Look into those eyes! Screw you guys! There's a whole bar here! Did that sleazoid really bring broads in here? Ugh. Must be a waterbed hidden in here somewhere. A romantic setting. Oh no. Nothing ever comes of a situation like that. A lot of sweat for nothing. I guess the pathologist kept it on hand for New Year's. For his closest friends. 2 shots and you can do artificial respiration on some babe. Alive. Only alive. Obviously, sterilization comes first in a morgue, too. I'm not planning to kiss anybody here. We can't unwind right now. The Reanimation Section's Workers Collective congratulates their colleague M.A. Katzman on his anniversary and promises to keep him in work. You have to be pretty tired of life to get aesthetic pleasure out of this. The photo came off the door easily. There's writing on the back. Security got me. Don't forget, my emergency password is 654321. There's a very faint wisp of smoke coming from the bottom of the panel. Breaking things is my favorite occupation. And here we have our weak link. The fuse manufacturers must really be husbanding their resources. This one's already done everything it was supposed to. We don't need it anymore. I'm throwing it out. Well, that's a lot more reliable than those delicate fuses. So this is who gives out Kingdom of the Dead visas. Register at the morgue? That's original. Katzman's a freeloader. Yeah, it's hard not to agree. There's no one like that at work. You can imagine someone sitting here and waiting for Katzman to shout, "Next!" Someone here had a pretty good time. Because of this all-seeing eye, not a single living soul can get through the door unnoticed. Though, where does it start? I'll get caught, and then they're gonna lecture me that stealing is bad. If there were a doorman in here, I'd definitely ask what he did with levels 2 and 1. Open up! I brought the pizza you ordered! That'll be 100 rubles! All right, 50. It doesn't open, so for now we can only guess what it's hiding. It's the ventilation room. Someone didn't want to be disturbed and tied a rope to the door handle from the other side. All we need is a mean dog on a chain. It won't let go! Such a progressive use for an office and such an antiquated lock. It's locked. Entrance for Terminators only. Let me on. I won't visit porn sites, I promise. Staff lounge. And it's locked. meaning the most important one. We should hang a rag here so the window can be wiped after use. My guess is this is a fingerprint scanner, but it obviously doesn't know my finger. I'm gonna get rid of the finger. It thawed. It's gonna start stinking pretty soon. I've come across this Kabbalistic symbolism somewhere before. Oh, under the seal I pulled a little key out of the slit. I bet they make these shades such sad colors so they don't distract you from your work. The shadow on the desk told me some weirdo'd hung a key under the lampshade. I'll take it. There's so many closed doors here, maybe it'll fit one. And who am I supposed to get the keys from now? I don't see any locks at all. I don't think we're gonna have to use the axe. Damn, that's tight. Aha! Rats. It's just a piece of paper here. And take it to the chief doctor for his signature. I wonder, did they hide the card like that? Or did someone just forget it here? I haven't been in a library for quite a while. A.S. Goldenberg, Surgery for Dummies. Better to kick the bucket at home. I. M. Bernstein, Encyclopedia of Calluses, Volume 1. You should have slipped in a check for a nice round sum, readers. R. F. Ajaja, Therapeutic Kama Sutra. And it's true, for sick people. Arnold Braunschweiger, 1956, Muscles of Steel in 2 Years, Bodybuilding for Beginners. P. G. Tsibulnik, Handbook of Defects in Flat Keys. Riveting reading. R. F. Ajaja, Armageddon, Eyewitness Accounts of the Millennium Bug. Z. K. Uzurbayev, Blind versus Mute. For beginning cyborgers. Health, health, and more health. Isolde Libidova. Moist desire. BG Userkin, Windows 2015 for users. So, what if it does go in? Nothing happens. I did it! The door opened! If only they'd left some paper. You know, what you're supposed to push? Everyone relies on memory, like I once did. Too bad. All the rooms are taken. And besides that, there isn't a single living soul around. Is this some kind of gathering of ghosts? It's a more appropriate name for a morgue. A very simple Christmas tree pattern. There's a little key hidden here. Hey, it's old and banal, but I don't care. Something's dried up on the bottom. Looks like coffee. It's an ordinary mug, light and convenient. There's a key under the mug. It's light too. A key like that's gonna put a hole in any pocket with its pointy end. It fits. Just not here. I don't see any nuances at all. A round hat, a blue sky, a world full of shit.
What do they do with everyone they got from there? Which name to write under was hard, of course. I hope we can get enough money for personal items.
Was I actually a journalist? That's kind of hard to believe. why hang unfinished pictures on the wall? And what if it's an original? They could lock me up then. Oh, that's a forgery. A pro can tell with the unaided eye.
No data. They don't have anything.
One message.
Yuri Stepanovich. Katzman's gone totally bonkers. We talked him into leaving, but he started firing at the door. Fortunately, he didn't hit anyone. He keeps talking about some monster. Should we call the police anyway?
End of message.
The green light went on. I guess I must have set it on auto reception. Well, now, it doesn't look like I'm going to get my sick list signed. The shirt collar buttons are torn off, as if the doctor were suffocating. He's probably lying here to show off. It's like he's saying, I'm not just wearing my pants out. I've got medical training. This requires 2 live people. And 1 live person has to be a live doctor. Bummer. The hand stopped. The hands on this will have to be moved at least once a minute. Excuse me, old buddy. I'm gonna rummage around in your pockets. Someone's been here before me. There's nothing but a business card in the chest pocket. A whole office inaccessible because of 1 lousy piece of metal. I mean, locking the office isn't enough for him. He had to add plasticine as well. I guess this card was pretty popular. You really mean you can get money with it? The ink must have dried up by now. It's empty. Must be break time. Sure is worn. One for all, right? As I see it, it's better not to privatize anything from these guys. Hey, I just hope I don't get dirty, even without that. I just hope I don't get dirty, even without that. There must be some useless piece of steel in that pocket. A flashlight. That'll come in handy. Darkness in a place like this would really upset me. What I don't get is this a hospital or a factory? What, are they making coffins here? Looks like they didn't waste any time. I don't feel like risking my health. You get the feeling they weren't about to let the cleaning lady in here? Well, what do we have here? A sweet little safe. Still, I'm a clever guy. They're linked by one thing, the label. Russian Trust Vodka. You can't see everything from here. I'll take this, too. A vice is such a useful thing, especially in a hospital. The surgeon's irreplaceable instrument. Still perfectly good. I'll just grab the screwdriver. That'd loosen even James Bond's tongue. Or Rambo's. All I need is to go around with a soldering iron like a fool. Look, a magnet can even find iron through paper. I'm taking this horseshoe for luck. It won't let go! The airport's busy. The airport's busy. The airport's busy. A green light. That's good. The dear thing is open. It's obviously not from here. You're not gonna believe this. I had to turn it 5 times before the door opened. Who are these people? I wonder whether this safe's ever been opened, or whether all these documents were stuck to it for a hobby. Inside, besides the shards of glass and charred electronic parts, it's all splattered with blood. Looks like someone cracked his head open here. Those monitors really aren't safe. I guess they were taping this interesting movie, too. Whoa, there was a video cassette under the lid. A little scratched, that's all. I'd be happy to spend a couple of months with a babe from this calendar. It's stupid, of course, but still. Hey, this key is magnetized too. He caught someone. Do you care? Do you think maybe this is where he rubbed them all out over his closet? Hey, the box. And the box has only one circuit breaker. I wonder what, or who, they make natural leather from. Hang on. There's a remote stuck in the crack between the back and the seat. And who gets so worked up about magazine articles? You get the feeling this receiver couldn't care less about a wall socket? Maybe we'll catch something somewhere else. If only they'd show the weather. No, better the time. Or even better, the date. A handy little screwdriver. I see this basic weapon. Nope, it's not in Jean's arms. It's in her deep décolleté. They're broadcasting a show about the sea. Oh-ho! 5 screws on each side. They're such beasts. Where are the suspects supposed to shit? Still, it's come in handy me taking that screwdriver along. Someone took out the circuit breaker in advance. I don't like all this. This is a good place for him. No receiver, which means it's a code lock, not a door phone. I'm a genius!
Well, here I am, 1 floor down. That's an awful lot of agony for moving a couple of meters.
Oh, those hospital workers. They trusted someone to guard the patients, but didn't teach him to use the elevator. Oh, those hospital workers. They trusted someone to... Man, it's heavy. They must have added a couple extra bulletproof vests. Take a break, soldier. I'm going to cut myself off something extra. I guess I'm not going to be running across any other fluids here. I'm ripping up the sheet. Another victim of a botched operation. Somehow, I can't bring myself to like these doctors. A little more and the head's going to fall on the floor. Any chance I'm a woodcutter? Any chance I'm a woodcutter? Ugh. It's disgusting, sure, but what am I supposed to do with it? Oh, a dead princess. Only you're not likely to bring her back to life with a kiss. Still, what nervous patience we get sometimes. A dead prince. Whoa, you have to get a grip on yourself. What pretty hair they spoiled. I was too late with the first aid. Jacket's too short and was probably the reason for the high pressure among the local patients. Hey, this is some kind of necro striptease. Hey, this is some kind of Jacket's too short. Jacket's too short and was probably the reason for the high... Hey, this is some kind of necro striptease. I bet half the hospital once envied this little key. There can't have been nearly as many blind people here, though. Ugh, not cold yet. Excuse me, nurse. I'm borrowing the key for a while. I can't imagine a situation where this would come in handy. It looks to be empty. Here, a condom in its wrapper. A dame who takes precautions. Oh well, I'll be cautious too. I think changing washers isn't the most important thing in this building right now. I think changing washers isn't the most important... Ugh, what a face! Could that awful unshaven guy really be me? I don't see any other use for it. I barely reached the rope, but the scalpel's so sharp. That was enough. The way's clear. The fact that the fan's stubborn, I can see that. That's how they do it. So why do they need to keep the morgue going then? Who leaves electricity exposed? What if it rains? You just have to believe in yourself and keep moving forward, like Indiana Jones. True, if they can find me after this, then they're not likely to recognize 80 kilos of ground meat. Oh, let's recall our youth.
Stepping cautiously over the blades, I cross to the other side and open the door. Well, here's one more. Damn, and the smell.
I guess the poor guy put the gun in his own mouth and played Russian roulette. Surprise sector. The pupils don't react to light. Maybe because his brain is on the wall? That's enough of him now. It's nasty, but we're gonna have to remove the weapon. I'll squeeze open his stiff fingers and wipe the gun with the corner of his jacket. If it weren't for the blood, I'd already know who it was. So, let's wipe it on the jacket. So this is in fact Katzman. He doesn't look anything like that guy who ventilated his own head. And why didn't she write more specifically, with numbers, to stop other people worrying? A lovesick cardiologist must have registered. Oh, fuck. That's how I decipher it. But the box just opened. Here it is. Just her size. I swear, I don't know what it's for. I can discredit myself. Push the button. It buzzes. Oh, enough already. That's all I need. Someone to catch me here over this. Just look and see what's inside. A battery. The sizes match. I'll put a battery in the flashlight. You know, I'm really not electronic. Finally, it's on. Shines pretty bright. The reanimation room. I guess it's not locked. True. Who would come here of his own free will? Do I have any other choices? Finally, it's on. Shines pretty bright. It's okay with light, but it's even better with power. I hope my little jacket survived. That means these are our boys from the legendary SD. And why didn't you survive, Supermen? Let's rummage in their pockets. A handful of fuses, all burned out. They're no use to me. So, what else do we have? A box of bullets. Empty. A disposable lighter. Empty. It's a wastebasket, not a jacket. A great big key. I'll keep this just in case. At one time, I was armed, and very dangerous to myself. Traces of dried foam near the mouth. He didn't lose his fight for life easily, And what did he lose it for? The shirt was all burned up under the contacts. It had to be some kind of portable electric chair. I sure don't feel like getting charred here too, just to keep them company. What's he hiding there? I overcome my revulsion and bend back the fingers one by one. Ah, there's a cartridge clip. It's loaded. The caliber is a little small, but it was enough for the last owner. Giorni di Bondone, Day of Judgment. It's just like a travel brochure. Thanks for the warning. Did they show that to this guy? As usual, at least 5 turns. 1, 2, 3. And all this monster had inside was a little floppy disk. I wonder how many drops of nicotine you need for a grown-up mermaid. I don't remember if I'm a smoker. All kinds of viruses get into the computer right through this crack. Let's see what we have here.
Fuck, I didn't realize this was an emergency. No, I'm gonna make things really bad right away.
Pushed all the way in. Why be so nervous? It's not going to make it go any faster. Today's a day off, naturally. I'm not a bulldozer. I always dreamed of opening a door like that. Someone cynically pulled a plastic bag over the poor guy's head. A terrible death. I'm no master kibosh, of course, but there isn't any choice. The head's missing. That's enough dancing with him. The crooked rug spoils the whole setting here. Now that the big guy isn't in the way, I'll try to move him a little, just so there aren't any passwords here. I'll try to open it. If there's an underground passage, I'm getting the hell out of here. Hey, look, the plumber's gonna have to claim his territory. Here we have yet another mermaid. Figure's not bad either. Shut off again? So, it's up to me to strain my erudition. Well, you know, she found me a little late. Rust's not gonna be a problem for him. It belonged to that nudist in the tub. All right. I'll take it with me, and when I get the chance, I'll give it to some hot mademoiselle. True, for a dress like that, I'm looking at a good slap in the face. With my usual movement, I put my hand in the pocket and take out another key. There's an opening for a key, but do I have the key for the opening? This must be the way out of this damned hospital. Closed again. Who could have doubted it? I'd really like to get out of here as quickly as possible, but wishing won't make it happen. There's an opening for a key, but do I have the key for the opening? It opened! What am I supposed to make of all this?
What were you doing in the hospital last night?
The thing is, I was in the hospital for treatment, and they only just discharged me.
And what were you being treated for, if it's not a secret? It wouldn't happen to be for alcoholism?
Of course not. For, what's it called? For severe respiratory disease. By the way, you should stand back. There's still some chance I'm contagious.
And that's why they discharged you at night? So you wouldn't infect people? It's all pretty suspicious.
I work in the hospital as an orderly, and my shift just ended.
Did it end up being a hard day?
Don't you know it? 4 very difficult operations. I'm tired, and I want to get home as soon as I can.
What? Orderlies are taking part in operations now? I think you're bullshitting me, fella.
The thing is, I was visiting my favorite aunt, and I brought her a parcel.
Looks like you forgot to leave it there. I'm talking about your bag.
Oh, this? Yeah, this is the fruit I brought. But it turns out my aunt can't have it. She's allergic to it.
Isn't it a little late for visits?
What do you care? I'll come and go as I please.
Being rude to an officer carrying out his duties. Show me your ID papers, wise guy.
Wouldn't you know it? I left them at home today. I was late for work and the patients can't wait for me. You understand?
Now this is very bad. An emergency's been declared in the city and every law-abiding citizen is obliged to carry his ID papers. Or aren't you a law-abiding citizen?
My name is Sergei Sergeyevich Belov.
And how can you prove that?
The name's written on the first page of my notebook.
In the entry of my building, some bastard's been writing a 4-letter word on my mailbox. That doesn't mean when I open the box, that's what I'm gonna find there.
My name's Katzman. Here's my work ID.
I see. So, Dr. Katzman, Chief of Pathology. Why is there a completely different face in the photo?
Oh, it's just that I was still young in the photo. And I was kind of hung over when they took the picture.
There are traces of blood on the ID. Okay, let's quit the comedy act. Sergeant, check what he has in the bag.
This is a violation of my human rights, you know.
Face the wall, buddy. Captain, he swiped a microscope from the hospital.
I didn't swipe anything. I just didn't finish my research, and I borrowed the instrument for a while.
Hey, there's a whole arsenal in here. Scalpel, axe. Holy shit, a gun!
How are you going to explain this, citizen? Sergeant, arrest him. Take him to the station, Sergeant, and we'll take a look at what's happening in the hospital.
No matter what you see there, don't draw any hasty conclusions.
Friend, don't be shy. This is Hog. Whip's sleeping on the cot. Well, and I'm Grinya. What's your handle?
Guess I don't have one.
Well, what do they call you?
I still don't know. Sergei, I think.
You're kidding, friend. Don't be chicken. Come on in. pick yourself a cart.
Quit goofing off, Grinja, see? I thought it was a trump card, see? You're getting in the way of us playing, see? This is... So what? You make up your mind and fast, see? You're getting in the way of us playing, see? This is... So what? You make up your... So what? You pick? This is my cot, see?
Where's my place then?
Your place is by the can, see?
Somehow this doesn't seem fair.
Not fair is when the bullet misses the prosecutor, see?
So all the cots are yours, huh?
You're pretty quick for a stupid guy.
So you sleep on this cot and then on that. Looks like you're pretty popular in this room, aren't you?
Grinja, I'm not getting something. This pathetic excuse is giving me a line of bullshit, see?
Looks like he wants to mix it up a little, Hog.
When I was a kid, I went to see my grandma in the country. I liked it all except for one thing. Every day, rain or shine, I had to weed the damn flower beds. I've hated pansies ever since.
Your place is by the can, see? Hey, my nose! My nose!
Don't you mean snout, hog?
Hey, what's wrong with you? Are you high or something? Haven't had a taste of the shiv for a while? I kept troublemakers like you in line in the joint.
Shut your trap, bitch. Here, Whip decides who to stick it to and when. What'd they say they call you? Sir Gay? Sir Gray? It's Gray then. Look here, Gray. My cot's this one here. You can pick any of the others for yourself. And forget about those two. They're flunkies, fancy scum. I've never come across your photo before. Who are you? I gotta say, you don't look like a crook. I'd like to know who I am, too. Did you get blasted? I don't give a fuck about your problems, and keep your nose out of mine. I don't want to add new problems to my own. If I find out you're a stoolie, don't take it too harshly, Greg. This isn't a very friendly atmosphere we got coming. So, why'd they put you in here anyway? I didn't have my ID, and they found weapons. You're looking at real time. Time? Right off the bat? What for? Well, you just come in from the moon? That gonzo executioner has the town in a state of emergency. They could have taken you down on the spot. Doing time's nothing. Now me, I'm looking at the deep freeze. What state of emergency are you talking about? The rules are simple. At night, and during the day, if you're smart, don't hang around in the streets. And always have your ID on you. And in no instance do anything against the law. What's an ID? It's a card with your face, name, and some other stuff. It's a pass that says you can hang around at Liberty for a while. That's just dictatorship. It's all idiotic. People aren't sticking their noses out of the house anyway. No one wants to play with the executioner. No one knows his rules. Then why haven't any of you ever skipped this miserable town before? There's a persistent rumor going around that
anyone who ever left Black Lake dropped out of sight in a permanent way.
What does that mean?
They say the government's holding them in some secret bunker they call the Quarantine Center.
But what's the point?
The world's scared of letting the executioner escape from here. But, I don't think there is any bunker. If anyone decides to leave town, they just wipe them out immediately.
Cheery prospect. Can someone explain to me who this executioner is?
No one knows jack shit, even though a fair amount of time has passed. Some psychopath has sliced up nearly half the town. What no one can figure out, though, is how he's done it, and why he still hasn't been caught. It's a whole army of cops, soldiers, and special ops on the streets.
You mean no one knows anything?
It's all on the level of rumors. Someone heard something, someone caught a glimpse of something. I saw him too. None of these imbeciles believes me.
And how did that happen?
We were pulling a heist. See, we tied up the tellers and threw them in a booth. We're coming back with our dough, and there's nothing but bits and pieces left of these poor slobs. And then I saw him. Our boss Crane saw him too. I guess he must have recognized him because he asked, "You mean that's you?" But he never finished talking. That second, his head rolled down the pavement. Everyone went berserk. They started yelling and firing in all directions. They nearly hit each other. They dropped the money, of course. I don't even remember how we escaped from there.
What did he look like?
I don't know. An ordinary guy. He looked sick. I also thought at the time that I'd seen him somewhere before, too.
Listen, I want you to tell me more about the deep freeze.
As usual, we can't do anything without scientists. These psychopaths are going to be harsher than the executioner. They've decided to treat all suspects as a possible executioner. And that means anyone from Black Lake who's mixed up in a wet job. And freeze them, so that one day in the future, they can come up with a gene for violence and rid the world of evildoing. Nowhere in the world would anyone let these pigs do that. Only here in Oasis. Turns out anything's possible. I heard they already tried to thaw out someone. And afterward, the guy wasn't quite right. Something happened to his brain when he was lying in the freezer. He's not really all there.
So, what are we gonna do now?
Before we wind up in a real prison, compared to which this cell is a spa, we have to get out of here.
But how?
These Johns, local cops, come into the cells with weapons. We just gotta take one hostage and leave the cell. Outside, there aren't any locks or bars.
Cops are cops. They're not likely to just stand around. They'll probably manage to pump a few extra holes in whoever jumps first.
Now we're coming to the point. One of us is gonna have to jump first to save the rest. If he's quick enough, he might not get hurt. It's a matter of luck. I don't think there are gonna be any volunteers, so we're gonna cast lots, kind of.
Wait up. I'm not going anywhere. For now, I'm staying right here. I'm not casting any lots with you. I got plenty to figure out. I still have time.
I guess you're not as smart as I first thought. You obviously did hit your head somewhere. You didn't have to come from deep freeze, did you? You don't get it. You have, at most, a couple of days to cool your heels. Before you can turn around, they'll slam you in a big house. I've been there. Guys like you don't survive. So quit whining and listen up. Well, I was in here alone a couple of days ago. I hid a few playing cards from my favorite deck in the room. And these aren't just cards. Each one is a specific riddle. Whoever finds and guesses the fewest is going to be our live bait.
I knew you were sick, Whip, but turns out you're a total wacko.
I'll forgive you for that, Grinya, because we got so little time. While your trash was getting beaten up on every corner, I was getting diplomas in philosophy and psychology.
Hold on there, Whip. You mean you're not taking part yourself?
Hey, man, I don't get this, see? If it's gonna be fair...
You're talking to me about fairness? You dumb asshole. What about when you took the last crumbs out of those old ladies' mouths? Were you thinking about fairness, too?
What's with the attacks, Whip? I don't get it, see?
If I attack you, you fucking prick, you'll be pissing blood until you retire. Let's say you do get out of here. What then? Lay low with that broad of yours? After you stuff your faces and fall asleep, she'll put the first round in you pigs herself. Without me, you might hold out on the cops for a couple of days. Maybe. But after that, you'll be mooring on another cot. Your asses are gonna be in sorry shape there, believe me. So shut your rotten traps and start looking for the cards. We're gonna get a little shut-eye in the meantime. We got a tough day ahead of us. I guess it's not completely dried out. You know, I still don't feel... Here we go. Ah, there was a razor blade hidden inside. It really cut my finger. Good thing I hadn't started eating. Glued on tight. The card was hidden under the label. I wonder whether it was dealt while I was lying around the morgue. The card obviously isn't from the common deck. I'm taking it for myself. Now I've got the urge to go to Paris, too. Ace of clubs. 7 of hearts. 9 of clubs. This card is of no interest. Now I've got the urge to go to Paris, too. Now I've got the urge to go to Paris, too. Should we go dry out the striped guy? I lift the corner of the mattress and see the cot's metal netting, held together in one place with a wire. The negligible thickness is compensated for by the number of coils. I'm unwrapping the wire and taking it. Now these cots are dangerous to the health of your regular holding cell patron. The pillowcase has a neatly mended seam, mended with coarse black threads. I neatly release the seam and pull out the thread. Pretty solid. What do you say now? Let's go fishing. I wonder where the rest of his shaving kit is. Judging from the chipped enamel, they really like their cleanliness here. I need it to stop up the water. Without a handle, well, it's completely impossible. I wonder whether the water's drinkable. All the paint's worn off due to frequent use. They love shutting off the water here, but this valve's working. I'm taking the handle off the valve and pocketing it. All the paint's I'm gonna try to stop up the water. It worked. There. It's a rolled up card. All right, maybe not everyone here likes my improvements. The tank is on the right-hand vertical pipe, about the level of my face. You can bruise someone with this if you need to. I pull the handle and wait for all the water to run out of the can, down to the last drop, in the form of a corrugated plastic tube. I'm unscrewing the siphon and throwing it out. A hook on a thread is a completely different thing. Whoa, I've got a bite! You're not likely to crawl through something like that. How much did it come out to be? Great, I can see you're a movie buff too. What's the date? Laudable. Pretty good knowledge of history. Give over your glasses, Four Eyes. If you get me riled, I'm gonna do something to those pretty eyes that no glasses will help. Listen, Whip, why don't you lend me your glasses for a while? You're sleeping anyway, aren't you? Why not? I'll lend you my glasses, but you realize that in places like this, nothing comes without a price. I hope you're not suggesting anything that'll make me have to slash your ugly face. Are you? Oh, no, don't worry. Just one more little riddle. You and all your riddles have already screwed everyone. The
put it mildly.
As you like, pal.
All right, let's have your riddle.
All right. A and B were sitting on a pipe, and 2 gentlemen and 4 ladies were sitting in the pipe. And their conversation was very awkward, since from time to time it rained buckets. Each gentleman and each lady knows 1 letter. Guess, and the glasses are yours for a while. And who is this man?
Batman.
Congratulations! You guessed! I never expected to see such a connoisseur of literature in a jail cell. Unfortunately, my education has weakened my vision slightly, so I'm only giving you my glasses for a while. I never expected to... Unfortunately, my education has weakened my vision slightly, so I'm only giving you my glasses for a while.
I'll bring him back safe and sound.
with big diopters for victims of book publishing. Whose statement is this?
Balzac.
True. Evidently, you're not indifferent to experienced women either. By the way, you ought to return the glasses.
Hey, what if we've had enough playing your sick games?
Well, I can congratulate you. You found and guessed the riddles on all 3 cards. Your cellmates found 3 cards each too, but their lack of brains kept them from solving a riddle.
I guess I missed something. But who lost?
You and your little friend both lost. And you thought you were so quick. This is even better. It'll be easier for 2 to overcome a guard than 1. Alright, and now for a few instructions. Grinya's gonna stand by the sink and wash his hands, so he'll end up behind the cop's back. At that moment, I'll distract the guard with some question, and Grinya'll throw a blanket over his head. After that, Hogg will give him a couple of punches that'll make that bastard not want to resist. We'll clap the handcuffs on him, take his piece, put a shiv to his throat, and voila! Our ticket to freedom is in the bag.
Somehow, it's all too simple, see?
Who said everything has to be so complicated? It's never good to underestimate your opponent's opportunities, but it's stupid to exaggerate them too. By the time these dumbos figure out what hit them, we'll be in the fresh air.
And then?
I got people I trust waiting for me outside. By the time the cops realize we're gone, we'll already be someplace where they'd never stick their noses.
For this grandiose plan to work, the guard still has to come into the cell.
And I've saved that job for you. You've already proven you can get whoever you want, so I don't think the guard's gonna be too big a problem. All right, everyone, let's get going. We don't have much time.
Hey, Pig Snout, what time do you have?
Unfortunately, I left my watch at home today, but I think it's somewhere around 3.
Hey, Booger, when are they gonna bring us something to eat? I'm starving. Run, find out. Get your ass in gear.
Supper will be exactly according to schedule. I'll tell you a secret. There's sausages today.
Hey, dirtbag. This nasty stink must be coming from you, right?
It may be coming from the cellar. They cleaned out the sewers there today.
Hey, you genetic bastard. Boring going to bed alone at night. Why don't you bring me your woman? Give her a present. She won't regret it.
Unfortunately, right now, she's very busy writing her dissertation, but I'll ask her just in case.
Hey, Throttle. Aren't you sick of this job? Do you even know what a throttle is? Why do I have to know about that kind of junk? I sweated over that junk for 5 years at the Institute, and then another 3 in graduate school. And now some lousy prisoner thinks he's going to rummage around inside me with his nasty little hands? Take it easy, Professor. Listen up, shit. If you remind me of your existence one more time today, you're going to feel all the charms of the concentration camp up close and personal. Well, you have your ways here.
You start talking when I ask a question. I just got the results from forensics after the field team got back from the hospital. Your fingerprints are on the axe, the scalpel, and the gun. You've left traces all over the hospital itself, too. Unfortunately, I still can't ID you, but that's just a matter of time. Right now, I'd like to hear why you started that slaughter in the hospital.
When I came to in the morgue, everyone was already dead. I just kept bumping into them one after another.
Stop. Right now you're saying you're 800 years old and your real name is Dracula. Bear in mind, I'm not going to let you plead insanity.
Your accusations have no proof to back them up. You're not getting a word out of me.
Playing it cool and calm, huh? I think the deep freeze would do you some good.
What right do you have anyway? It's against the law. You can't prove anything. I demand a lawyer. These scoundrels didn't like my insurance policy. I lost it a little, but I still treated them mercifully. You, I'm not going to spare.
That's all right. You'll cool off a little in the deep freeze. Only where did you come up with such sick bastards?
I'm prepared to make a sensational statement. I'm the executioner you've all been trying to catch.
I'd gladly believe you. But while you were sitting here, the executioner showed himself again. So I hasten to disappoint you. Maybe you're really Napoleon or Ivan the Terrible.
Maybe I'll go back to my cell. I'm not in the mood for a chat. What about tomorrow? Will you be here?
Oh, no. For starters, I'm sending you to the punishment cell. And then we're going to sign you up for the most amazing and unforgettable journey into the Ice Age. What's wrong with the light there?
I can't tell yet. Something's happening in admissions.
Take this one to the punishment cell for now. Then figure out what the problem is there and report to me immediately.
Yes, sir. Hey, come here. Help me. Help! Can anybody hear me? It used to be striped, but now it's just one big black band. In a few days, the atmosphere here is gonna be all wrong. A medicine chest. I guess the guy wanted to give himself first aid. He never got to. I don't need it all, but some of it may come in handy. Damn, the scissors fell apart. Actually, even this hole will be enough for me. What's there to grab on? When it comes to making fishing rods, I'm the master. You know, we've got a whole gallery opening here. Why the fuck did we have to come here? How do they know I've been jailed here? The only object I could use to get to the ventilation grating. This kind of life has to drive you up the wall. Now, if something oozes out of the grating, then it'll land where it's supposed to. I'm risking landing in the shit feet first. But if you're gonna drink champagne, you gotta take risks. It's going inside somewhere. I neatly pull out the thread, and from behind the vent comes a rubber glove filled with a red liquid. Ugh! It might come in handy somewhere. It's in the glove. Not a very aesthetic spectacle. It's in the glove. Not a very... The shock won't hurt me? Nothing's biting here either. Nothing's biting here either. I'm a fisherman with seniority. I think a little bit of soaked cotton ball in the lock wouldn't hurt. Whoa! This thing's strong. Looks like the way's clear. I'll leave the gun here. There aren't any bullets anyway, and I don't want people suspecting me of anything again. A medicine kit. Maybe there's something else useful lying around there. On top of all his other problems, there's no hand. Oh, there's an enema here. To need this, you first have to eat a lot. I seem to be running off some other energy source. There are Dimedrol pills, too. I have a feeling they'll come in handy. Ah, Viagra Maximum. Use only with doctor's prescription. Counterindicated for men with vulgar moral foundations. How can we get along without liquid ammonia? I'll take it just in case we need to bring someone around. I've already found everything here. Seems to be in one piece. Someone else's stiff fingers are getting in the way of pressing the buttons. Trying not to touch his cold hand, I extract the phone by its antenna. The battery charge light's blinking. The last owner certainly did talk enough. Could this really have been punishment for gluttony? Besides the cigars, there are all kinds of devices in the box for them. Pineapples, grapes, peaches, cherries. Could he have been expecting ladies? There are hieroglyphics on the label. 1/3 evacuated. Looks like his spine's broken. Looks like his spine's broken. He's too dead for saving. Hog, are you faking? Who did that to you? Looks like it went into the crack between the bricks. Still, there was no point bringing your sharpener here, Grinya. Sorry, Grinya, for getting in the way. A fire extinguisher case, made of plastic. A fire extinguisher will always come in handy. This button must open this grill. Sometimes I actually can think logically. Citizens, extinguish burning electrical devices only with carbon dioxide fire extinguishers. Oh, I was just saying that by the by. Even their hands are standardized. I'll take one blank as a souvenir. It's an instrument for identifying victims of dactyloscopy. If I find the ink, then I'd better come back here one more time. Slightly beaten by time and cops. I don't remember the rules and all their subtleties. What suit to open with, for instance. I realize it's not very convenient carrying it around with me everywhere, but I'm still taking it along. There's just a tiny piece left. What's interesting is that the babes on these cassettes are skinny to start with, so you can't see the progress. Write this name 1,000 times and send it to your friends. Written by hand here is 8381. Where is all this going, then? That would have helped me a lot right now. I'm taking the newspaper off the wall. It's good there's a crack between the floor and the door. It's a nightmare. Someone brought a chair crashing down on the poor guy, and the chair leg cracked his head open and got stuck in the desktop. His head's cracked open like a melon. The floor underneath it is swimming in blood and hell if I know what else. Ugh. There are cracks fanning out from the bloody spot on the glass. That was done by the head of the guy lying beneath it. His head lost. His heart couldn't take what was going down in the room on the other side of the glass. Someone threw the book at him. He has a couple of pockets. I wouldn't take someone else's jacket if you gave it to me. I'm rummaging through his jacket pockets and finding a magnetic strip card. Inspector Salami. That doesn't sound too bad. It's as easy as pissing on two fingers. A policeman! Yes! It's a handsome thing, but it'd be better if it were a machine gun. It's a ceremonial dagger, not sharpened. It's hardly going to be of any use. He retired. I sat on it recently when I was a suspect. Amazingly, it's not locked, but that means there's nothing valuable left. And here we have folders with files. Hey, I know all these people. There's my face in the photograph. There's just one word printed. Report. The guy had some problems with his imagination. Print a will for him? What if they can tell from the handwriting? It's probably for stamping passes and other stuff. I don't remember ever going through this procedure before. Actually, who the hell knows? A few chads spilled out on the table. What am I gonna make holes in? It's working! It must still be under warranty. My fingerprints may clear up the situation somewhat. Definitely, but a little later. It's closed. Word of honor. I have the feeling I'm gonna find something nasty there. I'm turning into a key collector. I'm borrowing this little key temporarily. Yeah, for good, for good. One eye's glassy, but someone stuck a needle good and hard in the other. Ugh, nasty sight. Something buzzed in the vicinity of the grating. There was a crack and a flash, and then the code lock was nothing but pieces. I can guess what the lazybones sitting at the terminal used this button to open. There's some kind of text on the screen, but I can't make out anything from here. I did it! Damn! If they cut off the electricity, my life's gonna get seriously complicated. If you type in the wrong password, the mouse bites your finger. Poor little girl. Judging from the outfit, she's a colleague of the first slut. I can't see any blood, but she's dead too. I got all the luck. It's made of leather, maybe fake. It's a kind of fishing, or hunting, too. It's lying by the bars. What have we here? Lipstick. I don't need it. What have we here? A can of mace. It's only good for scaring kids. What have we here? A bottle of perfume. The smell of babes. What have we here? A pack of condoms. Nowhere to use them. What have we here? A pack of cigarettes with just one cigarette, but a pretty suspicious one. I'll take the joint. What have we here? It's empty. It was meant as fuel for cremating the floppy disk. Not crushed enough? I'm taking this valuable object, especially since it's all ready to go. That poor guy lying on the floor, he was trying to destroy it, not thinking about his soon-to-be-over life. I'll take it. There's a good reason they paid so much attention to it. Ah, this must be a game about penguins. On his left lapel is a pin with an iceberg on it. His jaw's hanging. You can see a row of gold teeth. It's definitely porcelain. In the guise of a knight, with a coat of arms on his shield, but for some reason without a spear, he already threw it at someone. There's a little bit of everything here. From Impressionism to radical abstractionism. And probably all of them are originals. The biggest are nearly my size. Given its dimensions, a stadium's the only place big enough for it. I press the Eject CD button, and out comes a tray with a CD in it. I'm moving the jacket aside in the area where the spear landed. Whoa. The spear shattered the cell phone in his jacket. The battery looks kind of lonely dangling from the wire. I'm carefully unfastening the batteries and taking them with me. There's a half-saved paper sticking out of his maw. I'm pulling the paper out of the equipment. It did get a little chewed up after all. On the dial, one number replaces the next, counting off the seconds. But for its owner, time is already stopped. I'm pressing the button poking out of the watch case. On the display it says, Alarm, 2308. He worked the night shift. Warning, one at a time only. It's not hard to guess what this is. The way out of the building. Locked. I'm not sure I'd leave now, even if they were open. There's nothing waiting for me on the outside but a greeting in lead. Ah, with a real dial! A Jurassic telephone!
Hello? 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 This is Colonel Zuboff. Don't worry, we're prepared to discuss all your conditions. The main thing is that none of the hostages suffer.
You got the wrong number, cretin. All the live hostages here have been dead a long time.
I value your sense of humor, but let's be a little more serious. The situation isn't exactly conducive to trading jokes. Hello?
How long do or rather, does our gang have until the main event?
No more than 2 hours. My superiors are demanding that. There's nothing I can do. Then if the hostages aren't released, we'll storm the place. Hello?
This is the deal. There has to be a fueled plane waiting at the airport with $1 million on board, full of models and other prostitutes, and plenty of fancy eats and expensive booze.
I'll transmit your conditions to the mayor. I think we'll be able to reach a common denominator. Hello?
I have to talk to someone at the top of the Federal Security Service. If possible, with Colonel Carrasco from the press service.
I'll do everything I can. They're already looking for Colonel Carrasco. Hello? 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 This is Colonel Zuboff. Don't worry, we're prepared to discuss all your conditions. The main thing is that none of the hostages suffer.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
Don't put down the receiver. Talk to me.
It definitely doesn't open anything here. Take a look at that! It fits! The legs are bolted to the floor for some reason, so it doesn't rock during a storm. I'm cutting the tape and taking the packet. If I have a map... There's no point trying to explain what's growing here. There's a label on the notepad. Investigation experiment. They managed to call 4 times.
Sergej, what kind of vitriol did you sell me last time? I had maybe 10 minutes of a buzz and then I spent half a day with the sheikhs. Sergej, all the grass went up in smoke. Get me some more. Sergej, thanks for the heads up. Those rotten cops didn't find anything but a pair of torn rubbers. They were severely disappointed. I owe you. Sergej, where have you gone? Almost the whole shipment's gone already. Gotta pick it up.
I'm gonna try bringing him round. Ah. It's you, the Belov imposter. What happened here? His Highness, the Black Island Executioner, honored me with his presence. Did you see him? Like I'm seeing you right now. Can't you tell? Why did you call me the Belov imposter? Because I knew the real Belov. I've managed to clarify a few things here, and it may be that my real name is Goran. Does that mean anything to you? Absolutely nothing. Me neither. Tell me about Belov. Who is he? Why is his name in my notebook? Too many questions at once, Goran. It's getting harder and harder to stand the pain. I need a little dose. Too bad I went cold turkey. My organism isn't used to a real high. Find me some downers, Goran. I'm waiting for an answer about Belov, Whip. You haven't forgotten, have you? You know, Goran, I'd give half my kingdom for a cigarette with some good grass. Can you arrange that? You pig. I agree. But compared to you, I'm an angel. What do you mean by that? Nothing. Consider it a joke. Can't find the light? Start talking, Whip. There's a haze in my head right now. If my thoughts are gonna be crystal clear, I need a dose of high-quality cocaine. Then I'll be ready for a chat, Goran. I'm gonna kill you, Whip! Don't make me laugh. It hurts when I laugh. Sergei Sergeyevich Belov can help you with your problem. Where do you get that? I think at one time he dug up a lot about this town and about the executioner. If you're not faking your memory loss, then you had to have crossed paths with him, since his name is in your notebook. Where can I find him? Good question. But you may run into additional problems here. Belov's in the deep freeze now. The cops tucked him away there about a month ago. Bad news. There's a slight chance that there's a secret department somewhere in this building where they keep the thawing cartridges for prisoners in the deep freeze. I wanted to get Belov's cartridge myself, but I couldn't. Let's say I find it. What then? My pals on the outside can help you. Remember this telephone number.
Ask for Stupor and say I told you to call. Find Beloff. Then maybe all the others who are still alive will have a chance.
What chance? What are you talking about? This time he has nothing to say to me. I'm pressing them all in a row, but the receiver's dead. The batteries must have run down. Absurd. Absurd. Now you can go talk to someone.
Little Spring Company, good afternoon.
Hello? I must have the wrong number. You don't know Stupor, of course.
You don't have the wrong number. The company's director is in his office. Just a minute and you'll be connected.
What problems, buddy? Bear in mind, you may find you have them after our little shindig. Shall we continue?
Yes.
And just who would you be? If I'm to believe caller ID, then you have Suitcase's phone, but your voice obviously isn't his.
That's right. Suitcase has been divided up into several little handbags.
Did you do the dividing?
Nope. I don't know who did it.
So what do you need? Who sent you, anyway?
Whip said you might help me sort out a certain problem.
Whip? He's wearing out a cot in a clinker.
Yeah, that's where I'm calling from.
What's the matter with you, Frostbite? Calling me at this number from the cops?
I didn't have a choice, and don't worry about it. There's not a living soul left here but me.
What kind of revolt do you have there? The station's been surrounded by a SWAT team for half a day. Give me Whip.
I'm afraid he won't be able to talk. Someone arranged a slaughter here. There's nothing but stiffs everywhere. Whip died last. He managed to say you'd help me.
You brought bad news. Whip was my pal. I'm gonna find whoever cut him down.
So, what about my little problem?
Who the hell are you? If you try to feed me a line, then today is your last day on Earth.
My name's Goran. Does that say anything to you?
No.
Me neither.
I don't get it.
I don't pay any attention. That's just me. So you see, you and I have one common interest.
Which one is that?
Beloff.
Go on.
Whip said there's a secret office here where they keep cartridges with the codes for thawing out prisoners in the deep freeze.
Yeah? That's why Whip broke into detention, to get the cartridge on Beloff. He was supposed to organize a hostage-taking. Oh well. That's not important now. Go on.
I'm gonna try and find the cartridge. You're gonna help me get the hell out of this foxhole. I'm surrounded on all sides by hunters.
Yeah, I don't envy you. If they decide to storm it. By the way, why haven't they started yet?
They think I'm not alone here, that we're holding hostages.
Ha! That'll be funny when they burst in. They're not gonna be happy when they see the mountain of dead colleagues. They'll turn you into a sieve, Goran.
And you, Stupor, They're gonna have to think up something new if you're gonna get the damn cartridge on that fucking Beloff.
Hey, ease up there, friend. It's time to stop this shindig. Everyone who feels like it must be listening in on everything. Consider ourselves agreed. Find the cartridge and call. Over and out.
The clipboard's obviously canceling the place's usual schedule. It's not much to look at, but it's really very sturdy. It's not much to look. The clipboard. It's not even a closet. I don't know what it is. It's all marked off in little cell sections. Right in the middle is a symbolic depiction of an iceberg. It's orange with a broad yellow stripe. And of course, it has the iceberg logo.
Is this you again, Goran?
Stupor, I'm not joking. I found the cartridge.
And what color is it, in fact?
The cartridge is orange with a yellow stripe all around the perimeter.
Forgive me for having to verify you. I'm convinced you have the cartridge.
How do you plan to get me out of here? You gonna shoot it out with the SWAT team?
I'm not gonna get you out. You're gonna get out yourself.
You've decided to joke with me, Stupor? This doesn't seem like the right time.
Don't worry and listen up. I've got one guy. He used to work for the feds. Now, he says that the police station has an underground passage. You know where the lockups are?
How could I not know? I was in there.
Go to the door to cell 102 and knock like this. 2 long, 3 short, okay?
And then?
An old watchman will open up. Give him some ass or talk him into opening the hatch some other way.
And what if the cops are waiting for me at the exit?
My men are there and they don't see anyone. If you quit pissing and hurry, we'll see each other soon. Over and out.
I get it. The most ordinary number.
They pace back and forth, back and forth. And why do they pace?
Can I come in, Pops?
Come in since you're so set on it. You're not gonna leave me alone. These young people.
Dressed in a watchman's uniform. The doors are peeling from frequent use. Fairly weighty, for a minimum of a whole year. Electric. Here's the story, old man. I have to use the underground passage right away.
Sure you do, Sonny. Give me your pass and you can use it until you turn blue.
What pass?
A usual one signed by the senior investigator. Don't you know the rule?
I couldn't care less about the rule. This is an emergency. Unlock the door.
For all I care, there could be a revolution. But it's my job not to let anyone out without a pass.
I can't believe I got around all those bars, only to run into a stubborn old bureaucrat at the very end.
Don't you go swearing, Greenhorn. If you want to go without a pass, do me a favor.
And what favor would that be, old pervert?
One more word like that and you'll know my stick on your ribs.
What's the favor, old man?
I got this one tough crossword. I just can't figure out the last word. I've been struggling nearly a week. Help me and the underground passage is yours.
Hand it over.
The paper with the crossword's lying on the table. Take a look. Only I'm not so sure you're smarter than me.
Yeah, I'll take a look. But bear in mind that you're gonna open the underground passage for me in any case.
Don't try to scare me. It's been tried before.
I guessed the word, you old sclerotic fart.
Not really.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Exactly. Why didn't I think of that? Well, you humored an old man. I'm gonna have to unlock the door for you. Only bear in mind, I've been hearing some bad sounds down there lately.
Well, I'm out of here, okay?
Get going! Don't just stand there like an idiot.
I've got a small favor to ask you.
Yuri Stepanich! The executioner just escaped!
I don't have much time. The feds are gonna be here any minute. I gotta lay low for a while. Sign my order. Yeah, mine. The morgue's the best place to wait out this dust-up. Hop to it, Yuri Stepanich. I'm losing my patience.
I don't believe this is happening.
Bill off floor. I never ratted him out. Never. It's a little late for regrets, I think. Don't let him pull your strings.
We thought you'd grown soft, Beloff, after all these years. We've got to hightail it before they storm the place. What should we do with this one?
Take him to my place. Let him think everything's fine. Goran, my pathetic excuse for a clone. You've really screwed things up in this town. And you know, I was the one who dreamed you up. Thought you'd get me the hell out of this deep freeze. You're a cruel kid, Artem. It's sleepy time for you. Oh yeah, and by the way, thanks for a mission well done. Hasta la vista, man who never was.